It's another day to get yourself qualified for the ultimate summer giveaway. Hey, what's going on? It's Johnny, that hot tub, patio set, gazebo, outdoor entertainment center, all that stuff could be yours at the end of the summer. If you go and get yourself qualified, get all the details at our website now. Featured sponsor today is Enders Auto Repair, and I'm here with Terry Enders. How are you, my friend?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Love coming here to the shop and seeing all the great things that you guys are doing. You're always busy, always helping people here in the community. And I got to say, it's still pretty hot out. So that's something to be thinking about for a lot of people as that summer heat continues and probably going to last until the fall. Everything from AC and just keeping everything cool is a good idea.
Yes. Air conditioning, they don't last forever. So unfortunately, sooner or later, you're going to have to fix it. We can take care of that. Cooling systems, very important, especially when it's hot outside. Thermostat's got to be working right, keep the engine cool. In the wintertime, we expect the heat. Summertime, we want to cool. So, all these things are important, especially in the heat we have now.
Yeah, and it's not just the comfort of you and the inside the car, as far as, like you say, keeping cool. That engine is really important. That thing needs to stay cool.
Yes. Yep. If the engine's not right, the rest of it's not going to be right. So, we have to take care of the heart of the system.
And let's talk about this too, because I know it's summer and fall will be here before you know it, but we're getting real close to that back to school time, and I'm sure somebody going off to college or getting ready for school, they've maybe got a car. They found a car, want to make sure that car is ready, good to go, and safe. Do you check cars out when people are looking to buy them?
Yeah, you actually bring that up. We've actually done a couple here the last 2 weeks. People have bought cars for their kids, or the kids have bought cars, so they bring them in. I kind of encourage them, bring them in and let us look at them before you buy them.
Yeah.
That way, you're not buying something that's going to end up costing a basket of money. Right. But yeah, we've a couple, got one here actually here today that we're looking over for them. Young man's going off to school and needs a car to get back and forth. So, yep, we can do that, and we're actually happy to do that for people.
Yeah, you don't want those too good to be true prices, and you're like, oh, this is a great deal, and then you get it down the road, or they get off to college halfway across the state, and the thing breaks down.
Yeah, coat of wax can really put lipstick on a pig. So,
let's also talk about your passion for auto repair. I know you've been doing this for a number of years. When did your passion begin?
I would probably have to say probably when I was young, 5, 6 years old. My dad came home one day and the lawnmower was in pieces in the garage. Okay. And he just looked at me and he shook his head and he says, I got to mow the lawn tomorrow, so it better be back together. So I actually did put it back together and it did run. So I just always had the mechanical side was kind of my thing. School wasn't overly important as much now that I realize it should have been. It was just mechanical was kind of my thing. As I got older, then of course got into cars. I had an old car that my sister had given me for Christmas one year when she was getting married and moving out. Couldn't drive it, so tore it apart, rebuilt the engine, did brakes on it, did all kinds of different things, put it all back together, and was able to sell it and make money to buy the next one. So,
and so many years ago, I'm glad that your dad was able to mow the lawn that day, because that, I'm sure at that young of an age, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was just one of those things. I was able to take it apart, and I knew where everything went, put it all back together, and worked. Yes, it did work out well. I hated to think what would happen if he would have came home and it didn't run. So.
What I love about you is, not only you have that passion, but you're a trustworthy guy. You'll tell it like it is. So when somebody comes here and they've got an issue with their car, they call with an issue, you're going to give it to them straight and tell them what's going on, what needs to be done now, what maybe needs to be done down the road, things like that.
Yeah, it's not worth the hassle to try to buffalo somebody. I mean, if you treat your customer right, when it's time they need that service, they're going to come back. So tell them what they need now. Tell them what can wait till later. you can try to give them an estimated time period. Sometimes it doesn't always pan out, but give them some sort of estimated time period. And yeah, I mean, in the long run, it comes back to work on your favor. So
absolutely. And I mean, you've had people that have sort of followed you around. You're the guy, and your team is the team that they love having work on their car, their kids' car, their whole family. They put a lot of trust in you as a great mechanic and a trustworthy mechanic, and that just goes to show with your work ethic. And with that, when it comes to, like you said, that time to do something, I'm sure some people will look at their dash every time they start the car up, and they may notice that a light comes on. Not really sure what that light is, whether it's check engine light or something like that. It's a good idea not to ignore that stuff.
Well, that's true. Especially if you notice a little bit of a running issue. One of the main things, of course, you have your check engine light, but we don't have check oil level lights anymore. So
that's true.
When the red light comes on with the picture of an oil can, that means we got a problem. Yeah. Unfortunately, these newer engines from, I'm going to say probably around 2012 on up, the piston rings they made weren't very well. So they have a tendency, they'll use a lot of oil. A lot of customers out there know that. And, we need to get back into the habit of pulling that dipstick every now and then and checking that oil. Yeah. The other thing is don't pay attention to that monitor that says I got 100% oil life or 60% oil life. We need to be going by mileage, because depending on how you drive, that thing could drag you out 6-8 months before an oil change. Sure. And if you don't check your oil, oil's cheap. Engine's not cheap. It's, $12,000 to put a motor in most cars. So.
Right. Yeah, that makes total sense of not ignoring that stuff and doing that regular maintenance, checking the air and the tires. And that's another one. Don't trust that I'm good. I don't, until that tire light's not on, then I'm fine. But you're exactly right with just those little things that you can do to maintain your vehicle and keep it running. But then if one of those problems, little problems, small, big, starts to come about, Enders Auto Repair is the people to come and see for those things. So how do we get the process started if we want to get a hold of you guys?
Well, we have a phone number, of course, 269-588-5102. You can email us at endersautorepair@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page as well. We do have some customers that message us on Facebook. So, multiple ways you can get a hold of us. Absolutely. Stop in the shop, too.
Yeah, right here on Red Arrow Highway, EndersAutoRepair.com as well. You can depend on Enders. They've got some great people here, and he's one of them. He's the owner. You're going to be a place that you can trust when the guy puts his name on it. So Enders Auto Repair, come and see Terry. Thanks a lot, man.
Yep, thank you.
You can go to our website, too, if you want to get all the details about the Ultimate Summer Giveaway. Everything is right there, and you have until 6 o'clock today to get yourself qualified with our featured sponsor.